Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, the great Brent Garrett is in the studio. He is a best-selling author. The book is called 30 Days to a Better Business. His journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I have a question for you. What lessons can we learn about business from a plumber? Brent Garrett is in the studio. He's the author of this soon-to-be best-selling book, 30 Days to a Better Business. He's also the head of Sirius Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Good friend. Brent, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Absolutely. Okay, so I started with a provocative question. What can people learn from a plumber? But if you think about the business empire that you built, it applies to every business.
Well, I think if you own a small business, entrepreneurs, if you're truly an entrepreneur, it's a life sentence. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is it's in your blood. And you don't see risk, you see a lot of hard work to get to your goal. Mm. Most entrepreneurs and small businesses are really good at something. Maybe you're a plumber and you are technically very good. And then you progress into a decision that others either tell you or you come to your own and you say, hey, why don't I do this on my own and why don't I start my own business? Just because you're good at fixing something or you're good at the technical aspect, like interviewing, right? But a business, it seems very simple, and it is, but it's not easy.
Yes.
And there's so many things as you grow your business and you scale your business that you didn't sign on for, that suddenly you have to do that, like taxes, accounting, leadership, HR, payroll, and it goes on and on and on. Mm. So we hit this ceiling of complexity after a certain amount of success, or there are others that are successful in running their business and they really don't have a textbook or a playbook for it.
Yes. We're going to start by showing your website, and as we scroll on your website, I want to say that I'm a customer, and I'm a big fan, because every time we've had an experience with your folks on the front line, very courteous, sir, ma'am. I mean, just you're running a well-oiled machine. How did you get it to that point?
I made thousands of mistakes, Jeff. I mean, I really did, and it was trial and error for me. But at the heart of it is that we make lives better. That is our why. And so we do that 4 different ways. We focus on serving each other, and we make lives better for our team first, our customers second, and also our vendor partners. Mm. And so we serve each other. We focus on progress, not perfection. I had a drill sergeant for a father. We are not a yell and scream environment. We are committed to developing our team. And then I learned long ago that we had to grow profitably, not to put money in my pocket, but to reinvest. And why we're doing what we're doing is to make lives better. And so I just gave you our culture. And so, but the honest answer about why we do what we do and how we do what we do is the quality of our team. Mm. It's not me anymore. It's those folks buying into our why, and I appreciate you saying that, but I'm glad you feel it at the home when we show up there and knock on your door and fix
Absolutely.
something.
I mean, yeah, people know what to experience, and that's consistency. So you have a gold standard of service, and every frontline employee knows that they're representing your company and your brand. We're going to, again, put up the cover of his book so you can see this. How long have you been working on the book? How long have you been thinking about the book? Why did you write the book?
It's a great question. I started the book with the title Swirling the Drain. I'm a skilled trades business owner. We have real estate as well and other small businesses. But I wrote the book, it turned to 30 Days to a Better Business because those folks who are good technically, when they hit that wall or that ceiling, they either are stuck or they move on, and they have to move on in acquiring more skills. So if they're stuck or if their business is in trouble, 30 Days to a Better Business is an answer for you. If you are at a point in your business where you want to grow and scale, 30 Days to a Better Business is for you. It focuses on the first 3 weeks, 1,200 words per day on the average. So about 10 to 15 minute investment every day for the next 30 days. We focus on sales first because, as you know, sales covers a multitude of sins in your business.
Yes.
The second is leadership, and then the third is business planning. Many businesses fail because they just fail to plan. Having a solid business plan is very important.
Well, one of the things I love about the book, and I had a chance to read it, Brent sent it to me, and is you eat some humble pie in the very beginning of the book. There's a chapter called Lights Out. Share a little bit from that chapter.
That's a great story. I started my first company from the service truck. I had $5,000 in a 50-page business plan here in Dallas, Texas. Sold that to a Fortune 300 company, and I got a little big for my britches. And I understood that after selling the business that there were other things I wanted to do. I did some consulting and training, in-house training or kitchen table training for skilled trades. And I started a sales and development and business development consulting business. I was on the road about 120 days out of the year.
Wow. But
I also had a business here that I had started. And Jeff, I was on the road Tuesday through Thursday and coming back. And one day I came back and the lights were out in my business. And what I had left to my team to run the business, what I thought was maybe a power outage was we didn't pay our bill. Mm. I was scared to death. I went home that night and we were close to bankruptcy. And so the lights not only went out in the business, we got those turned back on, but it forced me to understand not only in my business, but in my life, I had some choices to make. I was a little full of myself. I had a lot of success early, and I was out training, leading, consulting other companies and being successful, but not taking care of my own home. Mm. And so that tough decision was I put my bags on the floor. I didn't want to be away from my kids. I was on the road. That failure saved my life and saved my family and my future. And so here I sit at 60, almost 25 years later, and I made a lot of mistakes. We turned that around. And 30 Days to a Better Business is about helping business owners maybe not get in that situation, help them get out of a situation like that.
Yes.
Or move towards something that is not going to put their business at risk. So,
well, you talk about sales in the book, and sales is very, very important. In football terms, they say winning is a great deodorant.
Yes.
You can have a lot of stuff going wrong with the team, but as long as you're winning, everything smells good. Sales can cover up a lot of problems. To use a plumbing metaphor, there are money leaks in every company. Talk about how business owners need to pay attention to the leaks.
Yeah, there are leaks and I love that, but there are leaks that need to get plugged. Many times there are cycles of businesses that you move from one level to another. Growth is a little sloppy, and you're going to have leaks, but sales is the engine that drives the business. And so we start with sales, and our philosophy is that technicians or people in skilled trades or people that are good at doing something don't see themselves as salespeople. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that model, and let's turn to those who are talking to people. What I call the magic moment is when we're in front of the consumer, we're the consultant, we're the experts.
Yes.
Let's just ask good questions, and let's help the customer have options. You know, the Harvard Business Study, good, better, best. You know, these things have to be done, or we don't plug the leak, we're going to flood the house, right? Maybe here's something that you should be thinking about, and here's something you could do later, right? Put the control in the hands of the customer. What that does for our technicians is they feel like they're still technicians and they don't have to be salespeople. It just doesn't have a positive term with it. And we call it a needs-based selling model.
Let's talk a little bit about customer service, because I know as your customer, every experience I've had, from the people who answer the phone to the person who shows up to fix my sink, they're so courteous. And so are you handpicking people who are already skilled in this area, or are you training them to be great customer-facing?
Great question. I read a book a long time ago, the founder of Nordstrom, and I always had great service at Nordstrom's. And somebody asked him the question, how do you get such great service people? How do you find them? Or what do you teach them or train them? He said, they learn that between 3 and 7 from their parents. And so we'd certainly look for somebody with a humble, hungry, smart attitude. And we just look for the right character first. We can teach people things, technically what to do, but we certainly look for the right character. So there's a few things I'm looking for. I still, I am the gatekeeper. Now, others will go and test out their technical capability. Or are they competent to do the work? If we think we've got the right character, like that Nordstrom's owner, if they have that skill set, we can teach them to do the work. And so that's what we look for first. The other thing I'd look for is I want to know, do they know where they want to go? And we're upfront with them that if we can't get them there, they're not a part of the team, because we need to. I had a football coach that said, hey, look, there are 3 questions we want to answer about both of us is, can I trust you? Are you committed to my success? Will you treat me fairly? I'm getting older. People may not remember Lou Holtz, but that's who it was. And that stuck with me. If we can't have yeses in both categories, or all 3 categories, then we really don't have a relationship. And so that's where it starts first. Can we have a relationship? Can we get you to where you want to go? And are you trustworthy? Are you committed to our success? And will you treat us fairly? So that's where it all starts.
Brent, we've got about 2 minutes left, and I know you do a lot of coaching and speaking, and you're going to have mastermind groups. So look into the camera on the left and talk to that business owner who knows they probably need to bring in some outside help to show them their blind spots.
Well, we help small business owners grow and scale their business to a successful model. We move them from maybe owning a job, maybe you've hit a ceiling of complexity, to owning a company that runs without you. And so you own a business. And we also have a deep-seated desire to show that you don't have to compromise your family life. You don't have to compromise your quality of life. You truly can have people that are a part of your team that buy in and help you scale the business. There's a process to that. And those tools have nothing to do with how you fix things. It's how you lead people and how you plan and scale your business. Also, you would not have to compromise your value system. There are lots of different businesses and lots of different value systems, but we are not a get-rich quick kind of company. We want a long-standing, long business that you can truly own and not work in, but work on. So that's our approach.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. We're going to end with his website, which is BrentGarrett.com. The great Brent Garrett. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.